nice yacht somebody's taking. What's up, everybody? 7:30 p.m. Starts getting dark earlier here now. Summer's over. We're into, September. So basically, it's still not even that bad as far as darkness, but the sun is who knows where. And honestly, we've got so many wildfires around us that we're dealing with. That's not fog, that's smoke out there. So it's kind of bad all over the place. Pickup is in the morning tomorrow, picking up some 2 boxes and delivering direct. It's like somewhere around a 90-mile or 100-mile run, Montana to Montana. It's getting late. I'm in a hurry. Gotta see somebody at the hospital real quick. So I will be in touch with you guys either later tonight or who knows, maybe even sometime in the morning once I get there. Picking up like 5 hours away, five and a half hours away from Spokane in Montana. That's my deadhead to pick up. Good morning, everybody. It's a morning in Montana. I arrived like 20 minutes before my delivery was due. Basically made it almost on site, just 20 minutes short of where I was supposed to be. Came at 2 a.m. local time. Took me a nap. For some reason couldn't sleep good in the morning, but hey, it is what it is. The whole night was tossing, turning, whatever. I was kind of by the road, so it was loud, semi-trucks. Now I got 2 miles to go. Oh no, I got 15 minutes, 14 miles to go. And we're there. Google says that they open at 9 a.m. But I'm gonna be there like 8:30. They told me to be there between 8 and 9. I looked them up online, and it said that they were opening at 9, so I was like, I'll just show up. I'll just sleep till 8 and show up at 8:30. So that's what I'm doing. Nice and smoky, just like it is at home. Nothing's different 250 miles away. Same thing in Montana. Let's see if anybody's here. Looks like we need some overhead door company thing.
You have arrived.
Oh, looks like the gates are open, even though it says something about even though Google said 9 a.m. Let's see if anybody's in the office there. Go check in. 2 hours later, I'm finally loaded. I'll show you guys what I'm loaded with. It's some rod pieces. Basically, this was a misdelivery from a trucking company at one point. Sat here for 2 months, and now the tags were off of it and everything, and they didn't even have enough tags to begin with. So in the end, I just have these four rods. This lady, if she wouldn't have called, who knows what would have gotten loaded. Maybe even never today. But she called the manufacturer. Basically, whoever I'm taking it to was supposed to order, I think, through these guys. But they somehow ordered directly from the manufacturer. Manufacturer shipped them to the wrong address to this other door company. And this door company was got a hold of whoever and said, hey, your stuff's sitting here. But 2 months later, now they finally needed it and sent me all the way from Spokane to come grab this and deliver it. So I don't know. She doesn't even know she didn't even know which pieces they were because she's got so many of them that are exactly the same, different sizes, bunch of these rods. So anyway, she called she called whoever she ordered from, gave them a PO number. They gave her some measurements, and I think like 3 of them were okay, and one of them she gave a little longer one than they needed. So they're gonna have to cut it over there, she said. Yeah, big mess, but that's sometimes how it is with expediting. All right, gotta throw in my address and then be on my way. I don't even know exactly which way to go, left or right over here, so I gotta put it in the GPS before I do anything. Clean, beautiful Flathead Lake ahead, but too bad you can't see too much because it looks like we're in the ocean or something, right? Kind of like where you can see as far as you can see, and then fog or whatever. That ain't fog. That's smoke, ladies and gentlemen. Smoke, smoke, smoke. Sucks, but that's what it is. 76 degrees at almost 11 a.m. Local time out here. Look at that. People are still, well, some already took their boats out. Some are getting ready for winter, even though it is September and it is warm out here. But some people took their boats out. Some people are still at their lake houses. So depends on their preference and how long they can stay, I guess. But this part of the country is always beautiful. It's nice out here. I don't remember if I swam in the lake this year or not. I don't really have time to go get wet. I mean, if I just get wet, then yeah, but you know, just to say I did it, and I took a swim in here, you know, kind of to mark a box off. Do I really need that? I don't really need that. I just would rather enjoy it. You know, if I could stop for 20 minutes or half an hour or an hour, take a dip, take my rod out, do some fishing, see what's in the water. Otherwise, it's kind of like just jump in and out and keep going. Nah. I got 58 miles left to my destination. I forgot to see how much it was, like loaded miles. I didn't even, probably somewhere around 80 or something, I would imagine. 80-ish miles probably, maybe a little more. Residential delivery out there too, so I don't even know. I'm hoping somebody will be home, but I don't know if they are or not. Those rods back there, the what I showed you, the way they're sitting there, I mean, yeah, I threw a strap over them, but they're still kind of bobbering around over there. I still hear them moving, rattling over there, so there's not really a good way to, you know, wrap that up. I guess if I was to like blanket wrap all of them and then wrap that, strap down the blanket and do that, but they're just metal rods, you know, and it's 80 miles, so just gonna have to suffer with the rattling, even though I hate any kind of you hear that? I hate any kind of rattling, any kind of a vibration, any of that kind of crap. That just ruins my drive. Might have to stick my headphones in, that way I don't hear that stuff. Around Flathead Lake, I've told you guys before, if you watch some of my other videos when I've driven through here and had freight through here, I've driven through here many times. They have lots of cherry trees growing here, like cherry orchards, and it's just like private ones, and I don't think they're all commercial, but a lot of people grow cherries here, and a lot of people sell them in the stands in July, end of July, like, you know, August. Because summer could come a little later here, it could come a little earlier, so it kind of depends on the year. But they do sell them here. We'll probably drive by a bunch of stands where it'll say, here's probably one right here coming up on the right, actually. Watch this. Let's see what's growing here. Orchards, okay. Yes, it is cherry trees. Yep, and then like this would be the stand right here where they would sell it. So it's just kind of like, you know, you drive by a little bit, then there's another one, there'll be one on the left, one on the right. One would be some of them are even waterfront. I don't even know why they don't like divide the property and just sell it, because they could sell that property for $1 million out here, you know, a piece of land where somebody could build a waterfront house. But they just have orchards growing, trees. Like this would be one, another stand. Even says welcome, and it's got a cherry tree flag right there. So they got some cherry orchards somewhere. Non-stop out here. You would never think anything of that because it's all mountains. It's by Flathead Lake on the other side. Never know what people grow out here. Little taste of Flathead Lake for you guys. Sorry, my windshield is not 100% clean, but you know, we'll deal with what we got. Look at this new place. Sort of a shop, sort of a house, sort of something. That's kind of cool. Then you got people living up here somewhere, and then they do have a piece of waterfront where they put their dock on and, you know, can come out and chill on the dock. You know, land out here in Montana is hard to get, especially good land, especially waterfronts. It's very desirable, just like really any waterfront property. But, you know, like I would like to have a house and, you know, and beach right there. Not have to like come down the hill or cross the road to get on it. It just doesn't, you know what I mean? I want to have, you know, safety for the kids to run around and, you know, just have a little more, you know, a little more something better. But some of these people, like, see, they created themselves a little island. Here's another one. Either they created this or it was there, but maybe they brought like dirt there and put it there. I don't know if that's allowed or not. The government allows you to do that stuff, but I guess it's the same thing as like building a bigger deck. Oh, here's a house. There you go. That's a little cabin. Those people have it. Here's another place right here. Short, small, but you know, some of these people have homes actually right there. So that would be my ideal place, is like that. No time for a swim, but I just came from down here. Was talking to the wife, showed her the water, and it is amazing. Even though outside it's like 70 degrees, I already got somewhat wet. Check this out. Look at this water. This is September, ladies and gentlemen. Look how clean, clear it is. Look at this place. Amazing. Water feels so good, it's so warm. Now, if I was a trucker who didn't shower for a day or two, I'd be all over in here with my soap and everything. Right now, right here, right up the side of the road like this. But since I got a direct delivery, somebody's waiting, I can't really, you know, do much. So I gotta go. Maybe I'll still end up over here this year and maybe I'll take the dip, but I just don't have time to, you know, jump in, then, you know, have to drive either wet or change and all that. That's just extra time that I don't have. So, but yeah, one of the reasons why this lake is so clear is because of the bottom. It's all just, you know, pebble looking rocks. So it's super clean. One of the cleanest lakes, maybe even is the cleanest, but it's one of the cleanest huge lakes in Montana. You guys should come on out. Flathead Lake. They got a couple resorts on here. In Big Timber, I know they have resorts, and then kind of throughout, they've got some camping spots, camping areas. So if you guys end up in Montana, come on over. Flathead Lake. All right. Time to get my flip-flops on and let's go. Let's go deliver those rods that have been sitting somewhere else for 2 months. Nobody needed them until now. Now all of a sudden it's hurry, hurry, hurry. And hey, don't think I'm complaining, because that's money and work for me in a video for you guys. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying how things go sometimes. I'm sure that those metal pieces, they're not even worth the money that they're paying me for a round trip to come to Montana, pick it up, deliver it, and pay my miles back home for me. I don't think those pieces of metal are worth anywhere near that. Just a simple true fact that Montana has more cows than people in it. That's just a little sample for you guys, but yep. Here's some buffalo right here. Or bison, buffalo. Hate driving on dirt roads. Good thing I didn't try to print my BOL. This is kind of how this works, just to show you guys. Print, roll, that's good. Bluetooth connection, and here we go. Just like that. That's how that works. Same kind of paper that they use at the gas station. But I'm like a few, I don't know, 5 minutes away. It says 5 minutes away from delivery. Dirt road for 4 miles out here, and they live just somewhere up right by the mountains over here somewhere, or up in the mountains. I don't really know exactly yet, but 2.3 miles left is what it is. And good thing I didn't wash my van, because if I would have, then who knows. If I would have washed it, would have been crappy, because usually when I wash it, it rains, or when I wash it, I got to go through some dirt roads, and it's worse than I started with. So today I kind of lucked out. But that's kind of how it is in Montana. You never know when you're going to be, where you're going to be. You could be up on a farm somewhere, who knows where. You could be doing this. You could be driving up in the mountains somewhere. That's what I call rural deliveries. Rural. Can't even pronounce it right. Soon it's going to be fall. It's going to start raining here. It's going to get a lot more green, a lot more prettier. But farms everywhere, cows everywhere. That's Montana life for you guys. And people hauling this road. I try not to go too fast, but every time you go on a dirt road, you guys got to understand that if you go fast, you're going to need an alignment. I think we're here. I don't think the other house is building anything, so it must be this place. So we'll set them here, and we'll go see who's home, who's not home, to sign for this stuff. Nice place, I would say, right? Fields, green, you know, things like that. The guy said in his driveway, so let's see. This must be the place, because their address is a little bit faded on the gate, so I guess we'll see. This is what you get. So clean. That's it. I called the contact that they gave me because since it was a residential delivery, I didn't know if anybody was going to be here or not, since this load was already kind of messed up from beginning. Guy didn't really seem to care. He wasn't home. He was like, oh, there's going to be, somebody's going to be there. He said his daughter, but she keeps calling him by his first name, so anyways, all delivered. She came down finally after 15 minutes of me standing out there. Now we're done and over with this load. Now I got another 4 miles on a gravel road back to the main road, and then I don't know how many hours back home from here. I think it ended up being like 500 and I don't know, 550-ish miles for me round trip or something like that. I don't even remember anymore. But that's it for this one, guys. If you like these videos, like and subscribe. If you guys are interested in working with our company, Eagle Express, I'm the owner. I do all the hiring. Sometimes I do the driving too, just to show you guys what it's all about. Kind of teach you guys what to do, how to do it, and what's right, what's wrong, and explain some things that are in the business. So from 11 years of me being in this, you guys can hopefully, you know, gain some knowledge and you know, put what you learned to good use, hopefully. So if you guys want to, you know, if you have certain questions that you want answered, you guys can look down in the description of every video. There's a Connect link in there. Connect. I do video conference calls through there. You could do text message. It is a paid app, but you know, I don't charge much to do consultations for people. So if you guys want to do that, you can do that. If you guys want to join Eagle Express, you can definitely email the email address also in the description, and I can answer any questions for you guys. So if you guys want to join the team, you certainly can. Just check if we're hiring at that moment or not, and we'll go from there. Usually, you know, in this business, people come and go, people try things, people retire, people have different excuses for, you know, not being able to, you know, last very long. Some just, you know, think the grass is greener on the other side. But you guys got to remember, all of us, all the companies, any company that you'd be dealing with here, basically, we all look at the same load boards. We all work with the same brokers, and we all get offered the same loads, you know. So in the end, there are some and a few that maybe another company has advantage of. Like us, we, you know, a lot of loads we do, they don't even get posted on the load boards. They get offered to us first. So if you guys want to join up, we only work with exclusive drivers. So when you're working with us, there's no working somewhere else with somebody else at the same time. There's no apps, you know, none of that kind of stuff. If we're working together, we're working together. Only you and us. That's it. Nobody else. God bless you guys. Take care. We'll see each other next time. Like and subscribe, like I said. That'll help the channel grow. We're looking to be at 5 million this year. So if you guys can get up there, let's do it together. 5 mil by the end of the year. We only got a few months left.